Hello guys, this is Kudo and welcome back to this fifth part of our tutorial about adding multi-languages on your game. And today we will finish our implementation about loading JSON file from a URL. So let's get into it. So at the end of this tutorial part 4, I let you with the wait for creation file. So what we want to do in this creation file, we want to, so there it is. What I want to do is to create a file info. So to have the information about my file, so let's create my file. And what we want to do is just to create a new file info and the string name, so it will be my full name text file. Okay, we will create a float name timeout will be equal to 0.0f because we don't want to stuck in the infinite loop. So this is why I put a timeout. And what we want to do is while timeout, so I will put a timeout of 5 seconds. I think it will be more than enough. And while timeout is under 5 seconds, and what I want to do, I know again, I need to create another function because this while loop will help me to check if the file is finished to create or not. So what I want to do is create a private Boolean function called is file finish created. And this is why I create a file info, because I want to pass in parameter a file info to let me know if the file is created or not. So right now I will just return I will just return true to avoid any error on the compiler. And I just want to call this function, so while timeout is under 5 and is file finish create equal to false, and I will put in parameter my file. What I want to do is just to increment, I already create the bracket. What I want to do is just to increment my timeout. So timeout plus equal to time.delta time. And do not forget to use yield return null. And there it is, guys. So we don't need this. And let's interest on the is file finished to create. So again, I will use a try catch and finally. So I will try to stream. I'm sorry, I forget to create a file stream. So file stream, I will call it this stream, and this file stream will be equal to null. So basically why I'm doing this, I create a stream file to null because as soon as the stream turning to true, it's mean our file is finished to create, because he can open the file. So if he can open the file, it means the file is already created and I can break from our loop. So what we want to do is try stream will be equal to file open, so file.open, and what we want to do is just put the default thing, so file mode. So we want a file mode and we want to be open. The file access should be equal to read and write. we don't care about this. And file share, we don't want to share any file, so file share dot none. So this is just a basic parameter about the stream. It doesn't really matter, but I just put the basic. So we want to try to stream our file, and while we can't stream our file, this function will be called in our coroutine. So as soon as we can, so we want to catch our input output. We want to catch IO exception. So if it can stream our file, what we want to do is just is file found will be equal to true. And what we want to do is debug.log to make sure to us developer this work. We just want to create a log for we succeed to create file. And most important, we want to return true. Okay, if he doesn't try, he try but did not find nothing, what we want to do is just to put a finally, and if stream it's not null, we want to close it. So stream dot close. So basically the finally should call after the return. And if he try and he didn't catch input output exception, we just want to return false and make sure that is file found will be equal to false. So in this case, we can comment file was not found. So right now we just finished the implementation of checking if file is creating. So if I sum up everything right now, so basically we create a start function, and this start function set up the name and the path and the language choose for our JSON. And he calls this coroutine load JSON language data. So first thing, he will check if the file exists. So let's go on file exist. If right now we just handle the case if the file is not existing. We will talk about this just after. So if the file does not exist, we try to get the URL. So after getting the URL, we just copy this file text from the web with this coroutine. So with that, so we're trying to send a web request if the request send us an error, we want to try to copy file from resources. But right now we didn't deal with that. We just suppose that our URL is good and we got internet connection. If it's the case, what we want to do is full our string load JSON text with the download handler of Unity. So as soon as we fill our string loaded JSON text, we create our file in the path of the text file with the content of the content download from our URL. And after, we want to check, we want to wait before the creation file. So we create a coroutine, so the wait creation file. So we create a file info to get our full name text file, to see if the creation is okay. And what we want to check is while the timeout or the stream right now, the finished creation is not finished, we want to increment this. So basically this will be called each frame while it's false or while the timeout is under 5 seconds. Again, we put 5 seconds to avoid any infinite loop. And to be sure everything is working, we create a final function of a boolean who will retrieve, will send if the file already created, so the file finished creation. So to check this, we just create a file stream. We're trying to open a file. So again, this doesn't really matter, but we want to stream some file, and while the streaming is not showing, it's meaning that the file is not created. So as soon as it can stream something, we can say is file found equal to true. We can debug.log we succeed to create file to us developer, and we can return to true. And finally, because we want to put some optimization, because he retrieved the stream, he retrieves the file, we want to close the stream. And if he didn't catch the input-output file, he will return false, and his file found will be still equal to false, to make sure he didn't send anything bad. So because his file found will be equal to true, we can go back to our start function, and the wait until is find equal to true will be equal to true. And so we can go here and we can load our JSON file. So let's save this, and now let's test our code. So right now on the Unity part, I don't have any file in my streaming asset. So right now I will try to copy my JSON file from the web. So I will I just want to do something. I just want to reveal in Finder, because sometimes Unity take time to show the streaming asset, and I will put some debug right now. So let's put some. We already put debug, so let's add some debug to show you how this thing works. So load JSON text, okay. So let's put debug dot log. We copy file on a string, okay. Debug dot log. We are writing our file on the path, the streaming path, the streaming asset. So I put streaming asset because we are working on computer device. All right, so let's go on this one. So right now, after the while, I will create another debug. So let's put debug.log. The creation file is succeed. And instead of we succeed to create file, we succeed to find file. Okay, let's save everything and let's test everything on Unity. So again, as you can see, nothing on the streaming asset, and I will try to download our code from our web. So let's clear our console and let's open the Finder. So let's hit play. And as soon as you can see, so I can pause, or I can close this. We can see on the console, we copy the file on a string, rewriting on a file on the streaming asset, we succeed to find the file, the creation file is a succeed. And as you can see right now, we just copying file from the web to our streaming asset. Okay, so that will be it for the 5th part of this tutorial. Thanks for watching. So if content equal to like, or user learned something equal to true, user should thumb up plus subscribe. Else, user should dislike, but help me to improve. Thank you, and I catch you guys next time.